5 quarter. That's worst case scenario, right?
It is, but we wouldn't expect it to be major by the time it got there.
No,
we don't think this is going to have enough time to do that, but it could be major by the time it gets to Carolinas, right? And then it gets caught in that river of air, and actually the sheer...
So are we going to get a hurricane? I don't know. It's looking very possible, and this is where I just go into a few little routines, and it includes taking the blades off the wind turbine, and I'll go ahead and equalize both of my battery banks and get that out of the way, and then I'll go through my generator and make sure that, you know, oil's fresh and good and levels are good, and exercise it a little bit, and I'm not going to go crazy. I'll just take it day by day, but I do like to start early and just do a little bit at a time. I don't know whether we're having a hurricane or not. It's looking like it might be here by the end of the week. And if it's coming, I'll get these shutters closed and go on the roof and take down the wind turbine. The solar panel also folds down tight up against the house. So just in case we're going to have a storm coming up on the roof here, and I'm going to take the wind turbine down. Not the whole thing, I'm going to just take the blades off. And many people have asked about these things. These things are screwed down tight. They're not going anywhere. Got the blades off, and carry those downstairs. I'll put the nose cone back on. But I just turned a wind turbine from a wind turbine to a weather vane. You know what's cool about these weather stations that do everything? I mean everything. Measures about everything you can is when it's not raining, the rain collector makes a great place to sit your beer. What are you doing?
I'm trying to start my boat.
Why?
Because I'm taking care of everybody else's boat and I'm not going to have time to take care of mine.
You're going to take it out of the water?
I am going to take it out of the water.
My goodness.
Hurricane Irene.
Eileen, you ain't going to make it to the boat ramp.
You're gonna
Are you sure?
I hope I have gas. Yeah, I just put $18.50 for it.
Oh, so you got 3 gallons.
About.
You'll make it.
I'll make it.
Well, the generator's not that important for me, but it's important for me to help my neighbors. The one next door to me, even though he's a weekend warrior, he's got 2 chest freezers over there and a refrigerator full of food. So if I can help him with that, and then the one next to him, which is quite a ways away, that's why this cord is so long, I can help both of them out with their lighting and refrigeration. I can't do it off the solar, but I can fire up the generator and help them out and save them some money and some heartaches. Not that I'm dependent on my generator, but I do get 110 gallons of diesel fuel on my boat, and my jack stands are under it and it's blocked up, so it'll be fine. So I don't have to mess with the boat at all, but I do have the fuel resource. And I've got a 50-gallon drum of jet fuel, which runs in the generator just fine, and I've got about 30 gallons in the darker one of diesel fuel. So this is a 5.5 kW diesel generator out of a boat. It actually has a wet exhaust, and it cools itself off of a well, and it has its own pump, and so it doesn't have to be pushed outside at all. And I went ahead and checked coolant, checked the oil, filters are fresh, everything's good, so let's fire this sucker up. So the generator just sits right here. I don't have to roll it outside or anything. It's on wheels. It's in a hush box. It's even got a place to shove a fire extinguisher in case there was a fire. Hope that doesn't ever happen. And let's go ahead and fire this thing up and exercise it for a little while. I don't really have to preheat it because, you know, it's summertime. So there you go. All I'd have to do is hit the transfer switch and over to the generator, and it would even charge my battery banks at night if the solar's not going. I've also had lots of questions in the past about my elevation and, you know, do I worry about flooding and all that. I mean, sure it's a concern, but we're not in an area like Savannah, Charleston, places like that where the water can really pile up. And as far as, you know, living in a beach area, I'm pretty high up, so I don't really worry about it too much. But I do keep an eye on it. I've ridden out lots of hurricanes, and back in the day, we used to just listen to the windows getting smacked by stuff, and actually the water would actually foam through the window itself. And but now that you got shutters, it's actually really cool. But when the shutters are all closed, it's kind of spooky too. And but I got some cameras that I can look outside during the hurricane. And these just unhook from the ceiling here and drop right down, and I can close all my shutters, all of them, in about 20 minutes. I'll be ready to go. So these will be open until the very end if anything happens at all. Ever since I went solar powered, we've had the power go out, a few times, and I never know what happens because it transfers so seamlessly, and I don't know. So the only way I know is on this battery monitor here, the light on the left, the one that's green, will turn yellow. And of course the thermostat for the geothermal, the blue light there will go out, and then I know that the power's out. So this we're being prepared. Feels kind of good. I have a bunch of ice, and got my generator. Got a refrigerator down here that runs purely on the solar. Freezer full of food. So I'm not rushing off to the grocery store to buy a bunch of supplies. And you never know. We may not get anything, but it's kind of cool. I can just do a little bit day by day because I'm sure that we're gonna have to store a whole bunch of airplanes. And if we do get a hurricane, I will be sure to videotape it for you guys. So I plan on going nowhere. And if we don't, then this is just a video on what could possibly happen.